What's up everyone, my name's Mr. eRoach and welcome back to the channel. On today's video I'm going to do another discussion on No Man's Sky, and I'm going to cover a couple of topics such as the drop in the players and the updates and the fixes. So it's not news that No Man's Sky and the player stats have dropped, and oh my goodness have they dropped. The last time I read an update it was around 90% of the player base had actually stopped playing. Now that's huge. Now a lot of the players feel hard done by with how the game has turned out, and with that AAA price tag, I think it's fair. The hype has outdone this game, and I think there's a lot of the community were expecting a lot. In fact, I think all of the community was expecting a lot from this game. However, the way I'm going to look at it in this one, put on a Hello Games employee shoes for this. Dun dun dun! This is something they've put many years into for it to fail within the first 4 months, if we're lucky. And let's face it, even if you really don't enjoy the game, I still do. From a business point of view, No Man's Sky has to be seen as a complete failure, business failure. And I'd imagine that makes a lot of the employees feel pretty nervous about how their job security sits right now. I'd imagine there's a bit of a panic and a bit of anger floating around the Hello Games offices. Now that could be directed at others in the company, or that could be directed at Sony for keeping them quiet in interviews, allowing this hype to build. Sony knew fine well they're going to be getting loads of money from this, and I think maybe Hello Games got a little bit carried away. Now I've got friends who have almost completely stopped playing No Man's Sky, and they were hyped. I mean, they were just like, I'm getting this. This is going to be awesome for its release, and managed to ward off all of those No Man blues after initial launch. Would another delay in releasing the game have fixed this? Nope, I don't think so. Not at all. If anything, delaying the game to fix more of the issues would have caused the hype train to turn into that train at the end of Back to the Future 3. It was going to take off, it was going to go past in the future, and it was just going to grow arms and legs. This kind of takes me on to the next topic that I want to talk about briefly, which is the fixes and the lack of updates, I suppose. So yes, delaying the game to fix the issues may have helped at launch, but it could also damage the sales. There was so many people who have been waiting so many years for this game, and delaying it they may have just got to the point of being like, you know what, I'm fed up of waiting for this game. I'm not gonna cancel my pre-order. And I'm going to wait until the reviews come out. So delaying the game for another year could have killed off No Man's Sky and the studio. I mean, let's face it, they had endless bad luck to try to get this game done. However, a lack of proper beta testing has been a big downfall. If Hello Games, or possibly even Sony, had allowed a beta test, issues could have been fixed long before the launch. And instead of the patches, which fix the player errors, which are potentially no longer playing, we could have been seeing much more of the content and functionality which a lot of the players were looking for when they first started the game. I don't know. Am I still making my way to the center of the galaxy? Yeah, I'm still playing. As much as I used to? Nope. If I'm honest, I'm kind of struggling to get back to the game recently. Now that could be frustration. Since my last video where I spoke about the activating of the portals, I've been looking out everywhere to try and see if anybody else is managing this. As far as I'm aware, nobody has. Although there's still that mystery around how to activate the portals, I think a lot of the gamers who are still playing, they're kind of getting tired of this endless looking for an answer, only to never find it, and it doesn't look like anybody's finding this. I'm not giving up on No Man's Sky yet, just not as active in the galaxy as maybe I once was. How is everyone else feeling? Is your explorer going to drift forever in space with no resolve, like Ripley in Between Alien and Aliens, except she got rescued and bad stuff carried on happening? Or are you still going to be making your discoveries, waiting on that first big update to introduce more features? I kind of half am. I don't know. It would be nice to see some of the more features and interactivity that we're promising. Lastly, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who watched my last video about the portals. My channel is but a speck on YouTube's window, dirt, anything. I'm tiny, and I realize that. I just do this to have fun. So the fact I managed to get to, at recording this, 900 views, it's just incredible. Oh my goodness, I didn't know what to do afterwards. However, this is my second discussion. I don't know if it's going to do as well. I kind of hope so. We have like, what, 12, 15 likes? See if we can get like 20 likes. Or even, no, it's not that, just 15 likes again. That would be awesome. What do you guys have to say? Leave a comment below. drop a like. I know there was a couple of subscribers from the last one, so I just want to say a big massive thank you to you guys if you made it to the end of this video, and it's awesome to see you coming back. Until next time, adios.